What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and today this video comes with good and bad news, in my opinion. Now, before I get into the video, I just want to point out that I'm currently visiting my parents, and they're a little under the weather. So if you hear any noises in the background like that, that's them. Just pointing that out in advance. And now let's get to talking about this. As you can see right here, we finally have some information from NRS. They finally spoke up about something. Finally. Let's read this. Okay. We are hearing players' requests for continued support of Mortal Kombat 1. And while we will continue to support Mortal Kombat 1 through balance adjustments and fixes, there will not be additional DLC, characters, or story chapters released from this point on. Now, I have a lot to say about this because I literally just made a video talking about this same topic. Now, again, for those that don't understand what that basically means, they're saying that they're not going to be adding any additional content into the game, but they are going to keep the game updated in terms of buffs and nerfs and hot fixes and all that good stuff. And as I'm talking about this, I'm not sure how I feel about this because, again, with this information, if you looked at my last video, which I definitely recommend if you want more context on how I feel about this one, they just flat out lied. Now, again, they have said 2 games in a row that they want the game to be supported for a very long time. And if you are in the fighting game community, you know what that means. That means constant characters for years upon years, and the balance changes. Now, I guess with this could mean that they told like a, you know, kind of lie, but it's still a lie. They are not supporting the game like they said that they would, and they are choosing to support it in a long run in a different way. That's why I think it's good because the game is still going to get support, and based on how good that support is, it might be able to make up for the lack of content we're going to receive. But if I'm keeping it real, I doubt that they're going to do enough to where we're going to be okay with the lack of content. I hope that they do. I really do, because this could set up the blueprint for a long time to come. And what I mean by that is with this information, I'm pretty sure we're going to get Injustice 3. If they're saying they're still going to support this game, you got to read between the lines when it comes to NRS now, because again, it took all of this for them to finally make a statement on the game in general. So with NRS, again, you got to learn how to read between the lines. And with that being said, if they are choosing to support this game still, that means we're going to get Injustice 3. Most likely. NRS had a lot of failed projects, and they want to use Mortal Kombat to make up the money for their last failed projects. But with all the bad press that this game has gotten so far, I think they don't feel like they can do it with this game. So what the devs or the higher ups or the people that actually work on the game, they're probably saying, look, just give us a chance to make a better Mortal Kombat, a really, really good one, and let us release Injustice 3 so we have time to do that so we're not rushed again. So that's why I think that we're getting Injustice 3 now, because it just makes sense. So they're going to support this game a little bit just to keep everybody quiet until, Injustice comes out. And then I think they're going to go full throttle on making Mortal Kombat 2 or 12, whatever it's going to be labeled, the best game it could be, because, again, they need to make that money back for all their failed projects. Now, I do think that this is something more good than bad, because a little support is better than no support. Now, again, they still just flat out lied again. Like I said in my last video, they choose not to support the game because of the failed sales of Chaos Reigns. So with that being said, this game, again, is left to suffer because of their other failed projects, on top of the fact that they had a failed DLC. So I feel like they could have got around that if NRS's other projects, or I need to stop saying NRS, Warner Bros. Other projects didn't fail so much, but nevertheless they did. So again, it's half good news, because that means the game is not officially dead. We are still going to get patches and balance changes and all that good stuff, and something to look forward to until the next game. But it still does not take away from the fact that they just flat out lied, and they did not decide to, stick to their promise and support the game for years on years to come, like we know that they can. Again, I always know what some comments going to be like, well, Nick, the fact that they're still changing the game and balancing it means that they didn't lie. That means they are going to support it. Everybody knows that's not what they meant by them saying they were going to support the game 2 different games in a row. It meant more DLC with all the other things too, with the balance patches. So again, now that I've, talked this out in the video, I would say 60-40 about it. Like 60% good, 40 bad. I still think this game is a great game. I get a lot of people have their own personal gripes with it, the people that left the game early. But the fact of the matter is, this game could have been another Street Fighter V story, where everyone really did not rock with it at the beginning, and the game just became very popular and people grew to love it. Now, I feel like that could have really been the case for this game. But again, NRS is always going to choose what lines up with their pocketbooks. And they know that erasing this game and then making something new will get them more money with how the game is being perceived right now. But again, I feel like a lot of people did not give this game a chance, really, after all the changes, because this game currently, and I will stand by this when I say this game in its current state, not as a complete package, not as, a whole game, this game is better than Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 in its current state. It just is. This is somebody who plays them all, who is high level at them all. I can confidently say this. Now, whether it's by default, it is what it is, because Tekken 8 basically just crapped itself with its last patch, and it's going down as one of the worst patches of all time, with how volatile the game is right now. And Street Fighter 6, while y'all have heard me talk about how good the game is and how great the game is as a complete package, Street Fighter 6 has had some of the most boring, stagnant patches of all time. They just have. Like, that game is a snooze fest in terms of patches, and it's really not doing anything special. While still a good game, it's just been very stagnant. NRS, with this game, it's been getting better and better and better over time. But that doesn't change the fact that Chaos Reigns did not sell well. So, again, they really can't do much about it. They could continue if they wanted to, but again, like I said, they have a lot of failed projects. So, I finally understand how I feel with this. I think this is a great thing to come from all the news that we could have got. I feel like this is better than nothing. We're probably going to get Injustice 3, and I hope that they have really learned from all their mistakes with the last 2 games, and MK2 or 12, whatever it's going to be titled, could be an amazing game. Now, while I am disappointed that we're not going to be able to see what this game could have become, some support is better than no support. And like I said in my last video, I see no reason why they cannot keep Mortal Kombat and the newest Injustice alive at the same time. I feel like it would be a really great thing for the community, the people that might not like Mortal Kombat can still play Injustice, and vice versa. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Discord and all that stuff. And if you would like to support the channel even more, here is the link for that. And I hope you all have a good day. And Nickopz out. and I'm going to make sure I say this again at the end of the video because I still know there's going to be those people. Mortal Kombat 1, purely off of gameplay, is better than Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 right now. I am doubling down on that. I'm not saying the game is better as a complete package. I'm just talking gameplay alone. And it has more players than both of those games, even right now. So yeah, just still leaving that in there. Nickopz out.